I just did a video and I didn't like it. It is so cold and I was breathing heavy and I made a couple mistakes. I tripped in a hole, so I'm doing it again. Here's my chickens. This little lady over here, she's our biggest chicken. She lays double yolkers almost all the time. She's some kind of buff. She's actually not a Rhode Island Red. These two little ones over here, these are Rhode Island Reds. They lay pretty good eggs too. But this is what we did for the coop for winterizing it. We were going to put more nesting boxes in, but they prefer to make their own nest back in the hay. So you can kind of see their nest back there. It's not the best right now. They kind of messed it up. But there's 2 eggs in that, and then their nesting boxes back there. This is Tilly, or Chantilly. She just got her feathers back in. They molt in the fall. And they're not all done molting, and it's already getting really cold. This is like the weirdest weather. So this is pretty warm. I want to close it back up because it's going to get cold if I leave it open. It's actually pretty warm in there. Not bad at all. Their outside little yard for their food and everything to keep it dry and a bit warmer. This is it here. See in there. And they spend a lot of their time in there until it gets well above 30 degrees. They don't really like coming out until it's cold. And it's plenty of room for all 13 of them. And then when it starts getting warmer, they'll come out here and stand in the sun. The area where the sun is. There they are. You can see they're still molting, which is like so weird for it being so cold. My poor little ladies, they are going to be so cold. See Ruckus there, she's still missing a lot of her feathers. Her head doesn't have hardly any feathers on it at all. So, yes, I hear you. I just emptied the ice out of their water. It was just frozen topically. Okay, these are our peach and plum trees over here. And that's the teepee I built with the kids. We're going to plant something around it to climb up it later. This is a little maple tree. So far we're not really liking the maple tree. And the kids' garden. Fire pit. Eventually we want to gravel this whole area out here. Around this area here. And that's where the dome will go if we end up staying here. And this will be converted into a goat shed if we end up staying here. I was originally going to turn it into a schoolroom, but I don't need an actual schoolroom because I'm doing unschooling instead of homeschooling. This is the greenhouse. It has no plastic on it right now because it blows off in the fall, and it doesn't need to be there. Compost bins. We don't really use them. We put all our compost into the chicken coop, and the chickens till it in, and then we just add it to the garden. The kale seems to have done okay. The tomatoes are sorry. That doesn't sound right. But you know what I mean. A sight. Sorry, sight. The carrots and the parsnips aren't doing so hot. These are my covered garden beds. My husband did this for me. And they worked just fine until it got below 20 degrees. And that happened in 2 days. So see, everything got kind of a little bit of frostbite there. A little frozen. Nothing I can do about it now. But this is like so unusual because we hardly ever have a frost before all the leaves fall off of my apricots. And not only was it a frost last night, it was below 16 degrees. Oh, here the cows are coming out. This is the pasture that they're going to put duplexes in. See the little cows over there? It must have gotten warm enough. They're starting to come out. A pretty big pasture. I'm going to put a whole bunch of houses in there. The onions are just fine. I'm not worried about the onions. So that's that. And it's really no big deal having things freeze. It was kind of an experiment of mine to see how cold things could really get before it became a problem. Now I know they can get down to 20 degrees and it's not really an issue. So I should be able to plant just fine in the spring way earlier than normal. Now my chickens are out there hanging around the pepper plants. I hope they don't have a problem with pepper plants. Mark threw them in there to compost. I didn't expect them to eat it. Anyway, that's the yard overview. And I hope that this one is a lot better than the last one. Oh, we don't rake up our leaves. We leave them to compost for the spring, and they always do. They always compost, and they're completely gone after the snowfall by spring. Never a problem out here. All my neighbors, they always pick them all up. We just leave them there. So, I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.